What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today we are looking at an update on the IATSE strike situation. It seems that a strike has been averted. Previously, they set an end date of tomorrow, the 18th, for the deal to be reached before a strike would happen. And it seems that yesterday or today, the deal was finally decided on, and it seems like there will not be a strike after all. So we have, this is the official IATSE statement on the matter. Late Saturday, President Matt Loeb and the 13 Hollywood locals announced that the IATSE has tentatively agreed to terms and conditions for the 2021 basic and videotape agreements. And then they go on to say everything was achieved because of you. The members stood up and, they're thanking people for solidarity and the leadership and the rank and file and yada yada. And here's what they said was achieved. Living wage achieved. What that means, we don't have any details at this time. This is all we have is this bulleted list. So, improved wages and working conditions for streaming. I suppose that means bringing streaming services in parity with normal Hollywood studios. Retroactive scale wages increases of 3% annually. I'm not entirely sure what all that entails. Employer-funded benefits for the term. So this would be like healthcare and stuff like that. Increased meal period penalties, including prevailing rate. Now, what this means is contractually, after 6 hours of work, you're supposed to have a half an hour break for lunch. And if that 6 hour period is missed, the studio pays a penalty called a meal penalty. And it's apparently all too common that the meal periods are skipped altogether. I never saw that. The meal periods always happened after 6 hours, or maybe a half an hour after or something. But the argument was that the penalties were so low that studios were okay with just working through lunch. It was cheaper for them to work through lunch than it was to have everybody break. So that is what that refers to. Daily rest periods of 10 hours without exclusions. This is the big one. This is called turnaround. And this means that after the end of the work period, there is 10 hours before that person has to be back at work again. And this was something I experienced where it was less than 10 hours. I've had things where it's like I left set and I got to be back here like 7 hours later. So yeah, we've all experienced that. Weekend rest periods of 54 and 32 hours. I don't know why they list two numbers here. It's like, which one is it? So, I don't know. Is it 54 or 32 hours? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday holiday. Okay, I guess. Diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Now, my opinion on this kind of stuff is that, discrimination has been illegal since the Civil Rights Act. So, if there's discrimination happening, you should get a lawsuit going. And I've never seen anything like that. There's been all types of people at all the work that I've done, so I've never seen any exclusion. So I don't know why we need inclusion initiatives. There are all types of people on set, and to say otherwise is just completely ridiculous in my opinion. Additional MPI hours for on-call employees. I'm not sure what that means. Expansion of sick leave benefit to the entire country. So I suppose that sick leave benefit only applied to certain regions, and now it's going to apply to the whole country, and that's all well and good. Now, did you notice what they did not say at all? There's no mention of the long hours that must be worked on set. Only turnaround, and turnaround is good, but there's no mention of being overworked when that was the number one talking point. So I'm honestly very skeptical of this, and this is about what I expected to happen, which is that they got bigger wages, which is great, all well and good. They got the turnaround, that's great, but the number one talking point was that film workers are overworked, and I discussed my personal experience with this in past videos, and this doesn't seem to do anything at all to address that. So It's about what I expected. It's kind of disappointing, and yeah, I'm honestly skeptical. I will wait to see the full details of the contract if we get access to that information before I make any real final statement on the matter. But let's just go over here to this article, and we got some reactions. This one I found very interesting. This is a writer producer, and she had to say that IATSE members are saying this deal does not meet critical demands. I'm assuming that they mean the work hours thing. So it may not be time to celebrate yet, but I'm hoping this is a starting point that shows a willingness to resolve the issues in good faith, and that it can be revised and ratified in time to avoid a strike. So she is saying that certain demands were not met, but it is a step in the right direction. And I have to say that that's a fair point of view, and that I probably agree with that. But like I said, if the long work hours thing is not really addressed, then I don't really know what the point of this whole thing was, when that was the number one talking point on social media, was how overworked film crews are. And I see no evidence that that's going to change. They didn't even have it. They said they wanted it to go from a 12-hour working day to a 10-hour working day, meaning that everything over 10 hours would become overtime. And there's no mention of that in this either. So, honestly, it seems like a weak deal to me. So that's just my opinion on the matter, guys. And let's take a look at some other reactions here. The cheering squad should hold their congratulatory fire until IATSE members have a chance to parse their fine print and discuss. So a lot of people suggesting caution in this case, and I would agree with that. So I need to see the fine print before I'm willing to make any statements, but I will say that this bulleted list leaves me a bit disappointed. This is from IATSE themselves, so this is the best information we have on the matter. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys, if you're skeptical as well, or if you're excited about it. If anybody in the audience gets a hand on the contract, I would love to see it. Definitely email me at shookearthmedia@gmail.com. If you get any information, I would love to hear from you. But other than that, please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Smash like on this video if you like it. And I will definitely continue to follow this story as it develops. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace out, everybody.